what it is. Turn it up!
Turn it up!
Turn it up! Woo! And then turn it up a little bit more. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge! Nuggets get the Game 3 win over the Miami Heat in what I would call dominant fashion.
Yeah, dude, I would say, I'm not as eloquent as you, I would say they kicked their asses.
I would say they kicked their asses as well. Christian Braun showed up, but most of all, the two stars showed up big time as they both, Murray and Jokic, go for 30-point triple-doubles. And who better to share the afterglow with than these fellas right here? Wearing the leather jacket and the flower shirt, doubling up on us, it's Brendan Vogt.
You know, it's been so long since we've had to wonder how the Nuggets respond because they've just been rolling. Turns out they're still a very good team They're very good basketball team.
It's so true. It's been so long. We almost forgot. We're like, do they respond to challenges?
Did they forget how to do it?
Yeah.
Nope. And listen, a lot of talk about how tough Miami is with good reason. They've earned it.
I love this.
Don't forget, just because they've been front running, don't forget these Denver Nuggets are tested, man. They passed these tests before. They're tough.
They just needed a wake-up call. Miami woke them up. They were awake today. Over here, I got D-Line Co.
Guys, today's the best day of my entire life.
Really?
No, not really. But it was an incredible game here with the fellas. The homies are in tow. There's a bunch of Aussies. Pray for D-Line.
Pray for D-Line indeed. And then, of course, those were the stars, but only one superstar. It's Dev.
The only thing better than 2-1 is when they go 3-1. That is how you bounce back. That was a response type of game. And I'm glad that Denver got it.
Man, we are all glad, man. This was, as you mentioned, it was a response game. It was a response game. And once again, one of the things I kept saying over these last few days was, it's not going to be pretty, but this wasn't a pretty ugly win. Meaning Denver had to get dirty, but they got way dirtier. You know what I mean? Like they thrived in the mud in a way that Miami could not. Let's go to the fast breakdown here. It's a very short one tonight, guys. Not a lot of notes, and that was by intentionally. KCP 2 fouls immediately. And I'm not sure it was a bad thing. Is that crazy to say? I'm not sure it was a bad thing. I think this is a Christian and a Bruce series more than it is a KCP and an MPJ series. KCP picked up some cheap ones. Second one in particular, a charge on Love that I thought was like not a charge. But whatever. He goes out of the game. Bruce comes in. Some great defense being played both ways. Through the first quarter, I think both teams had like an 86 offensive rating. The defense was suffocating early on. And then Reggie Jackson came in the game. Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
Guys, do you remember when Reggie Jackson checked into the NBA Finals?
Mr. June.
Why did that happen, by the way?
I mean, they ran out of KCP. They were just trying. I think it just happened, man. Jimmy Butler, though, you knew he was going to come out. One of the adjustments today was Denver was going to make him into a scorer more, right? Stick home to shooters. He had to be more aggressive, and he was. In that first quarter, he matched Jokic, both in intensity and in just sort of calming you down. And then no threes for Denver in the first quarter, you guys. Not a single one. But 24-24 nonetheless. It was a street fight. Second quarter, bench made up a run and then gave up a run. Nuggets got in the bonus with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left. But then guess who woke up? Jamal Murray. Back-to-back threes to give the Nuggets a lead.
Go.
He would have a third one in that same quarter. Aaron Gordon picked up 3 fouls, which was the only negative thing we saw in that quarter, and the Nuggets took a 53-48 lead into the half. And I'll tell you what, that was the hardest they've ever had to work for a 5-point lead. They worked their tails off in that quarter.
And they were up to it, baby.
And you didn't know, man, how was it going to be? But third quarter, that's where the big punch comes. Denver started that half. The third quarter, they started it absolutely dialed in. Defense getting stops, turning into transition. Nuggets built an 11-point lead. That entire third quarter was the best of the finals. No questions asked. The best quarter of the finals. They actually pushed the lead all the way up to 17.
Yep.
It was 82-68 Nuggets. You just got to get to the fourth quarter. Jokic started the fourth quarter. Malone not messing around. Keep him out there. We're not resting the big fella tonight. We got to get a win.
I love it, man.
And Christian Braun had himself. What's a Brown quarter? Did he take us to Browntown?
Yeah, it was it was an entry into Browntown.
Dude, we entered Browntown so hard, man. Here's the thing. His defense, and he made a lot of them throughout his minutes, his scattered minutes. His offense, did we have that on his bingo card?
No.
Playmaking?
Nope.
Finishing at the rim, driving, and breaking the zone. The Nuggets' fourth quarter in this series has been about that zone flustering them. Who would have guessed that the zone buster was Christian Braun? That was the shocker of the century, but he played incredible. The play of the night was where he took it to Jimmy Butler in transition, a no, yes play.
Right at him.
He was feeling it. He was in that run, and you're like...
That was the first time all year he's heat-checked himself in the
say,
finals.
His heat check was a bully moment. On a bully.
Dude, on a bully, he's like, you know what, I'm feeling it. Why don't I just attack Jimmy Butler in the fourth quarter of an NBA Finals game, see what happens? Worked out beautifully. Unbelievable play. Heat made a late push that made this game feel a little bit closer. They never die, you guys. They never quit. They kept punching, and it was like weird, but... You know what? Denver controlled this game from the second half on, and they get the W. All right, Dev, start us off. What is your big takeaway?
My big takeaway is Michael Porter Jr. crawled so Christian Braun could walk. That man was poised. He was under control the entire time. He was confident, and he impacted the game in ways that won them the game. We know that Jamal Murray was going to have a monster game. We knew that Jokic was going to have a monster game. Christian Braun was that other guy. He was that it factor that won them the game. He was sensational.
He really was, man. He really was. This is can we go as far as to say this was the Christian Braun game? Are we there yet?
There were two 30-point triple-doubles, and he didn't have either of them.
This was his best.
That's not the question, Brendan. That's not the question.
It was his game.
So here's the thing. The Austin Rivers game, I'm sure Yoke had 30, 15, and 8. I'm sure he did. But it's the Austin Rivers game because he hit like 3 threes.
This is a brand new king of the game argument.
Yeah.
But it was like, there were like 16 good points.
But I mean this sincerely. Are we going to call this the Christian Braun game?
I don't know, man.
This is the double, triple, double.
He only missed one shot. I mean, let's go through it here. If we just go through the numbers, I know we usually save this for a little bit later. He gets 16 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 7 of 8 shooting in the NBA Finals. But no. Is this the double, triple, double?
How many dog points did he get, dude?
Dude, he had so many dog points. They did an autopsy.
Jokic played arguably the greatest finals game of all time.
Dude, how many dog points, though?
He does that every
that's old
game.
stuff. That's old stuff,
Just
man.
a little.
Christian Braun has 7 dog-ass buckets. 7.
He had 30, 20,
And then you have to multiply that times 7. That's 49 points,
That's
dude.
49.
All right, you guys are right. All right, what about you? What's your big takeaway, D-Line?
My big takeaway is that all the Nuggets are gritty, dude. All the Nuggets are gritty,
you gotta
man.
update the shirt.
They're all gritty, except for MPJ. They're all gritty, man. They all showed up.
Eric's a low-key MPJ hater, by the way.
He's making me hate him. What's to like, dude?
I don't know if he made you. I think you were pretty quick.
No,
to
if you feel like it's because you are so strong that I have to be the counterbalance to your.
Get to your strong
Get to your point. Get your point here.
The Nuggets showed up in ways that you didn't know if they were going to be able to. We heard the smuggest takes of all time the last 3 days talking about how clever Eric Spoelstra was, how they scrambled the Nuggets. They couldn't figure it out. They came out with these very elaborate schemes that the Nuggets were not able to figure out. And the Nuggets just have better players than the Miami Heat when it comes down to it. They have Jokic and Murray. And when those two guys are going, it doesn't matter what you're writing on the whiteboard. It doesn't matter if you're springing Caleb Martin and you're springing Kyle Lowry, those guys are going to give you a good game. They're not going to give you 2 in a row. At least that's the way it's gone for the last 2 rounds. I just love what the Denver Nuggets are all about. They had their backs against the wall, and they were really put in a position where people were questioning them and putting them in the same category as all of the other opponents that the Heat have faced this round. Obviously, nothing's over, but that response.
That was a response
in Miami in front of DJ Khaled.
Oh
Holy
my God!
shit.
How did they focus?
They were able to do it in a way that was just so controlling and just so It just wasn't in question. It was beautiful to watch. They're all gritty.
The only reason I'm going to disagree with you just slightly, because it's actually agreeing, but I want to push back on one thing.
That's called being on this podcast.
Yeah, it's called being on this podcast. The only thing is you're almost diminishing it when you say that Denver's just more talented. Miami pushes Denver, man. They push them in ways that are just different, and Denver was up to it. That was the thing. They didn't just out-talent them. They out-gritted them. They went into the mud and said, all right, you want to you get out of the ring. We're not boxing. We're gonna gouge each other's eyes. We'll beat you at that, too, and that's why I'm so impressed with them. What's your big takeaway?
Well, I'm glad everyone caught up to Jokic being the best player in the world. They're still behind.
I know. We'll see you in the future.
They're still behind. He's one of the best players ever.
True.
He's one of the best players ever.
Yeah, like when they're like, who's the best player right now?
I'm like, yeah, that's 3 years. That's 3 years old.
Right now.
Turn it up.
5 30, 20, and 10s in playoff history. 3 of them belong to Yoke. One of them's in the finals. Only finals 30, 20, 10 ever. As you jokingly said, but also not even a joke, he always does that. It's like, is this the Christian Braun game? Because what did Jokic do? Met expectations. What are his expectations? 30, 20, 10 in the finals.
Yeah, something Kareem Abdul-Jabbar never did.
He's a double team breaker. He's a front breaker. He's a zone breaker. He's a one-on-one breaker.
Let's go!
He's a game plan breaker. He might be a league breaker. He might be a sport breaker.
He's a brick wall breaker. Let's ride!
Ever picked up a basketball. Unless I get through all of this without saying this, I'd be remiss. And monster shout out Jamal Murray too.
Let's
right
go!
there, 30-point triple-double. Are they the best duo in the league? Absolutely. Legendary shit in a Nuggets uniform. Woo. We haven't seen 2 guys in a Nuggets uniform put it on like they have. We have not seen it.
I'm telling you, Vogt, dude, that was fucking fire, dude. You're right. We do take Yoke for granted just because you're right. The Christian Braun thing, like, look, it was a great game and he was a big part of it. But you are right. Yoke is always great. But tonight, you're right. He was too great for us to overlook it.
No one's ever done that in the finals.
Literally ever done that.
Ever.
But has anyone ever done what Christian Braun did? Do we know?
He's got more to give. He's got more to give.
So earlier this week, I heard Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce talking about, hey, I think Yoke might be and they look at each other. He's like, top 25 player ever. You're right. This is like when people were calling Jokic the best passing big man ever. And it's like, stop. That's not a compliment. You're underselling it. A top 25 player ever. We're 2 wins away from I'm telling you what I really think about him. I'm not going to do it yet because I do have respect for the idea that you have to win.
I know. You respect Michael Jordan. It's fine.
I do respect Michael Jordan.
Box plus minus.
Hold on a second.
They might check out.
I mean, here's one of the things I will say is that Yoke.
Are we sure he isn't?
You know where you can, like, this is how you. I've learned over the years of walking people up step at a time on Yoke. Like, no, he is better than Kristaps Porzingis, and you have to like slowly lead him to water. You know,
he's a little better than Carl Anthony Towns.
This is where you get people. He might be statistically the best player besides Wilt Chamberlain. I'm not saying what the statistics mean yet. I mean, later on I'll get to it. But right now I'm just saying, does anybody else put up 30, 20, and 10 in the playoffs, let alone the NBA Finals? First of all, NBA Finals, no. Playoffs, yes. Wilt once. Kareem once. Yoke twice this year, once last year. It's actually becoming close to his averages on these big games. And was there any question that he was going to show up tonight? Absolutely not.
Nope.
Absolutely not. And to your point, everybody, I think, misread Spoelstra's comments last game when he's like, stop, and he's saying like, you're almost reducing it, making him a scorer. He's like, no, we're trying to like disrupt them, and it's just so hard. And they did it last game. They did disrupt the Nuggets, but tonight they failed to make Jokic just a scorer. They failed to make him just a passer. They failed to make him just a rebounder. He was everything. All at once, they went to zone, they went to man, they went to everything, and it didn't matter. He controls everything, and I love that you spent the time hyping it up. For me, my big takeaway is more similar, though, to what you were saying here. It's not a knock on a player to me like a Porter. It's not a knock on a player like KCP. It is a credit to the Denver Nuggets.
That's right.
That they can say,
that's right.
You know what this series is? This series calls for something a little bit different, and those guys played tonight. And actually, we'll get to Porter later, but I actually thought he got in the mud late, and maybe it's something he can carry over into the next game of like, oh, here's how I contribute in this one. It's different than in games past. But nonetheless, they have guys that are capable of doing it. When you have Jokic, when you have Jamal Murray, the best duo, hands down in the NBA, when you have those guys, everybody else just needs to have a role, and you can figure out this game we need this role, this game we need that one. The Nuggets found that they got big contributions, and that is why they look 109-94, a 15-point game. Tip your hat to Miami. They made it an ugly game, but it was still 15 points. It was still a blowout win.
Dude. I know, that's the thing. It's like, man, gritty that Miami got them to play the way that they wanted, and then they beat the ever-loving hell out of them when they got them down there. Dude, the Nuggets, like, all they need is for one guy to be hitting threes, and that's it. That's it. Like the Heat don't have an answer if one guy.
Denver wasn't even hitting threes tonight.
Murray started.
Well, hold on a second. How many threes do you think the Nuggets had tonight?
Well, not as a team.
But how many would you guess?
I would guess they probably had 8.
5.
And
Murray had 3 of them.
Yes.
So to your point, they didn't make threes. Like Jokic had 1, Murray had 3. Bruce
what
had 1.
What did they have last game? That like eclipses their last game.
No, I think they had 7 last game. They had fewer. But your point is Murray hit 3s.
My point is that like when in the moments that matter, when it's like, okay, the zone has been broken, or we've gotten the attention on Jokic, and he kicks it out to somebody who's wide open. He does the dribble handoff, the high pick and roll, whatever. Somebody's open, like, and they finally knock it down. It's like hallelujah. Hallelujah, man.
The only reason I wanted to correct you on that is because, again, it's almost disguised because of how easy Murray and Jokic make it look sometimes. It's almost disguised that this was an ugly-ass dogfight. But the Nuggets dominated the dogfight.
Yep.
If you're Miami, you go to the locker room and you go, okay, well, how did they beat us? They probably just got hot from 3. No, they weren't. They were ice-cold 28%, and they still beat you by 15 on your court? That
in front of DJ Khaled?
In front of DJ Khaled.
But I think that's one of the biggest things from this game when you look at Denver. Denver kind of got whatever it is that they wanted to. It wasn't like they really like took anything away. Jamal got a triple-double. Jokic got a 30-point triple-double. Aaron Gordon had a double-double. Like, they got to what they wanted to, and they still had 2 guys that really did not have a good game. Like, you do talk about the Michael Porter Jr. and KCP. They still haven't found their footing, and Denver has still found a way to win those games, and controllably.
Yep.
So what happens when they do start to get those together? Like, Spoelstra it's a conundrum, like, trying to defend Denver as much as it was for Miami hey, they have so many wrinkles. They have so many things that you're trying to figure out. Denver has the same things, and they're causing these audibles on the fly.
Yeah, I talked to somebody with the team after the game, and there was a sense of, Denver our team may be buying into the hype a little much. Everybody started talking, is this going to be a sweep? Is this the best team of the last 20 years, not for, name the Warriors or whatever? That started to talk about those things. I think maybe they even bought into it a little bit. It wasn't a very disciplined game 2. This was a disciplined game 3, and it was still ugly, but they didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They just went out there and got the win, and that's why it was so incredible. Let's take a quick break. On the other side, we are going to spend a lot of time on, did this game really make Jokic and Murray the undisputed best duo in the NBA?
Yes.
Because I'll tell you what, watched a lot of finals games. I don't remember 2 triple-doubles, 30-point triple-doubles. I just don't remember it. Talk about that on the other side.
These are in my freezer right now. One of them's in my stomach right now. I'm talking about Omaha steaks.
Oh,
have you guys tried that?
dude.
Have you guys tried? Here's the truth. Dads want steak. So with Father's Day coming up, you got to check out our friends at Omaha Steaks. When you give Dad perfectly aged and oh so tender steaks, you're not just giving him the best meal of his life, but the chance to grill them up and share the moment with you. You know, Eric, all those fine grilling memories you guys have.
I'm like, hey, Dad, can I have a steak? Oh, you ate all the steaks.
Save over 60% on Dad's favorite grill pack from Omaha Steaks. You'll get 4 bacon-wrapped fillets, 4 premium air-chilled boneless chicken breasts, 4 boneless pork chops, 4 gourmet jumbo franks, 4 made-from-scratch caramel apple tartlets, and Omaha Steaks seasoning, plus the 8 free Omaha Steaks burgers for only $99.99. Remember, gifting is easy. Dads want steak. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com and type DNVR and order the Dad's favorite gift package for fun. Go F yourself, San Diego. If you put it in the prompter, I'll read it. DNVR Nuggets is your promo code. DNVR Nuggets.
His phone.
Check out Omaha Steaks. If you are in the South Florida area or you're just waiting for Game 5, obviously we all want to go to the NBA Finals. Obviously those tickets are expensive. Don't give up on the last second route via Game Time, the hottest new ticketing app, connecting people looking to get to the game at the last second with those who are selling their tickets at the last second. You're going to find the best prices after fees for the best seats for all your favorite Denver events. And of course, right now, even though the show's on the road, the best show in Denver is still the Denver Nuggets. So whether you're in Miami or it's Game 5 in Denver, download Game Time and join the many people that are snagging tickets without stress. Use code DNVR for $20 off your first purchase. Create an account, redeem code DNVR for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Everybody throw us a like there. It always helps people, especially Nuggets fans, join the show, join in on all the excitement here. Guys, this was a great Jokic game, 30-20-10, as you mentioned.
I agree with that.
One of the things about this playoffs that has been so great, Jokic vanquished the haters. There's like 3 haters out there trying to hold on, the last little death breath.
Sad,
and it's actually sad. It's
I feel
like,
bad for them.
It's like, all right, guys, the show's moved on. You're still doing the old songs, trying to come up with a new one. That is as close to a definitive as we get in today's modern era, where everybody gets to have some crazy take. The one that we're so close to having in games like tonight, this is the duo, man. This is the duo. This isn't just like, one great player, one good one who gets elevated. Murray came to play tonight. 34 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 34. And he was about it. He was about it tonight. The duo, the 1-2 punch of these guys, man. I said coming into the game on the pregame show, Butler guarding him is a challenge. The Nuggets are going to look at the tape and figure out how to attack it. He's going to figure out how to attack it. Mission accomplished. 12 of 22, 34-point, triple-double.
Unbelievable.
Nobody's doing this, Dev.
Nobody. And I mean,
is that first time in NBA Finals history? I don't know if that's true, but somebody with a beer, somebody with a beer is screaming at me.
But what we can do is,
it sounds true.
We'll just say this: Jamal is the first Canadian to ever do 30 triple-double in the finals. We could just make that.
He is the first Canadian.
I know that's for sure. But really, what he's doing out there, like, I love this because he did what people have been trying to do for him, using the advantage against him, attacking the mismatch. Jimmy Butler has been on him, and he's been like giving him stifling defense. Jamal found a way to attack everybody else in this game. He's finding, Gabe Vincent on mismatches. He's hitting his shot. He's getting to his spots. He's getting some of his tougher shots. This wasn't like Murray Fleury type of games. He just was steady and just, after it every single time.
Patient.
He's not taking every single shot, because we're now seeing the assists go up. He's scoring every time, and he's also getting rebounds. Like, Jamal is giving his all right now, and that pick and roll and that duo of them two, they are starting to make it seem like, hey, is this one of the best duos in NBA history? Where we've been saying this, often, where they're just one of the best in the NBA. Now you're starting to ask of history, and if they win a championship, there's nothing that you can say about that.
Oh my God.
I know this is something that you would love. Jamal is him.
Dude, he's Maple him. I don't know, man. It is. It's just, I don't know. Like, what if we had Jamal Murray? Would that have mattered if we would have had Jamal Murray?
Dude, I think I'm going to go ahead and say it. The single dumbest take of 2022-23 season. The single dumbest take.
What's that?
Jamal Murray doesn't make that big of a difference.
Oh my God!
Also, I've heard he doesn't go to his right very much. Super exploitable.
That's the second one.
Super
Well, hold
exploitable.
on. Like, are you telling me you want Jokic and Murray over KD and Booker, dude? Like, there's better duos in the NBA. No, it's just like it is so wild to see guys that you cheer for and put all of your focus on that don't know you exist and would think it was creepy to know how much you think about them perform at this level. Like, they just come through. Like, I've just never felt so validated in my feelings and opinions on basketball players than I do when I watch these guys on the court. Like, it's so calming. Having Nikola Jokic is the most calming thing in the NBA. Like, if things break down, it's like, just wait until one of the guards tries to front Jokic for 1 second because of a switch, and then it's like, well, he's gonna score, like, he's gonna get a bucket there, so, like, okay, so we can start thinking about the next one or whatever. And the thing that's so great is that at the beginning of the playoffs, we were just looking at Jamal getting worn out by Nikola and Alexander Walker, people putting full court pressure on him with the Suns, getting tired, worn out. they were trying to do that in this game. They were trying to wear out Jamal Murray, and it's just not a talking point anymore. Like, Jamal's physicality is no longer a talking point. Like, you can't out-tough Jamal Murray. He is there for the moment. He's ready for the moment, and he's unafraid. It's great.
Best duo, though. And I'm serious. Like, that's the final domino to fall for this. I mean, Denver has to win it. But as much as I love Vogt, Murray deserves this. And that's the thing that I think is going to become undeniable if they get 2 more.
Yeah, man. And we talked a lot coming into this postseason about who is the most pressure on. Now, narratively in the media, it was Jokic, but consequentially, it was not Jokic at all. Michael Malone, Jamal Murray, these are guys who could have, in another timeline, been in the hot seat or been the first to go, right? You're doing Jokic a disservice if you lose and you don't explore those options. As of right now, they won't have to because both those guys, but let's talk about Murray, have left them with no choice. Game 3, when the Nuggets drove the final coffin, really, nail in the Lakers' coffin. Obviously, it's a sweep, but it was done after Game 3. Who was the best player on the floor that game? Jamal Murray, and I'm thrilled about it. He deserves that. He deserves this finals triple-double. He deserves the praise. Jokic is one of the greatest players of all time. It's going to go to him more often than not. But we know, because we had to see it. We had to wait for 2 years. We know what this looks like without Jamal.
Oh, yeah.
And it isn't pretty. And he hasn't just been good enough. He's not clearing some low bar. He's been exceptional. He's playing the best basketball of his career, including the bubble, at a time when the Denver Nuggets have a chance to do something they've never done in their team's history. It's legendary stuff in a Nuggets uniform. We're going to talk about Jokic forever. I hope we talk about these two together. 1-5, it's a true duo. It's a true pairing. And right now, the Denver Nuggets are 2 wins away from their first ever championship because of both of these dudes.
You know who it reminds me of in some ways? Elway and Terrell Davis. And that Elway was just awesome, and it was all Elway, right, for all this time. And then, but it's like you needed the other guy, and it wasn't just that you needed the other guy. You needed the other guy that was the perfect checkmate. And that's what those two were. I mean, I'm going old school here, 25 years old. But it really was the, like, are you going to guard the pass or the run? You don't know. Like, they're going to, whichever one you pick, they're going the other way, and then they're getting you. And that's what Murray and Jokic just feel like, just the inevitability of it. Miami's a hell of a team, man. They're so well coached. They're so disciplined. They got guys that can do everything. And yet they're still chasing shadows against the Nuggets.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, totally. They're still in the clutch possessions where Denver's getting layups. You know, they're getting the floater. Yoke's getting to the exact spot he wants to get and finishing it. Murray's getting to the exact spot. Those two together, the way they complement each other, the way they play together is just something else. And then I got to give a shout to Aaron Gordon here, Dev. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists is nothing to laugh at. 5 of 10 shooting. He did his job at a high level. And I'll tell you what, Jimmy Butler was turned into a scorer tonight. 28 points. Felt like he dominated early because he kind of did. 11 of 24.
Aaron Gordon did a little bit of everything. This was a game that had 11 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. He's altering shots at the rim. He's using his size. That was the biggest difference in this game. A big reason that they won game 1 is because he was very aggressive and he caused a lot of those mismatches where guys are having to foul him and do those things. He did that in this game as well. If he knocks down those free throws, this is almost a flawless game for him. He made Jimmy Butler work extremely hard every single time down, where he's not able to just be a bully every single time out there because he has a guy that can match him in size, that can match him in strength, and has the ability to make him work every single time down. Aaron Gordon doesn't care if he scores a lot of points. He doesn't care if he does not have a shot.
Right.
He's going to do all of the little things, and this is you want to talk about culture, this is a guy that does it for everyone else. Aaron Gordon is the perfect teammate, and him having these big games like that makes it easier for other guys to sacrifice.
It's so true. Like, he left quite a bit out there on the offensive side of the ball. He missed free throws. He missed a bunch of layups, and he had an excellent game. An excellent game. Like, he is, the way that he stays in front of Jimmy and doesn't leave his feet, keeps his hand in his face. He's just like constantly on him. And he was he was just playing like such sophisticated, smart, heady defense, and tough and gritty. Like, all of these things that you don't usually consider combining together. Like, it was just it's just another guy, and it's just going up and down the line. The Nuggets just have so many different ways to beat you. And it's another credit to the front office, Tim Connolly first, and then Calvin Booth, like putting together the right combination of players that they have an answer for everything that a team wants to throw at them. They, like you were saying, like, you know, this is not maybe an MPJ and KCP series. That doesn't matter. They've had their time. There are other guys that are able to step up and play the style that Miami wants to play and play it better than they can. It's
and it might be there. We'll talk about them here in a little bit. I want to stick on the guys that tonight really, really shined. And Murray, man, I'm telling you, like, I think the word I would describe Murray is winner. Yes. Like or maybe competitor. You know,
psychopath.
Like,
yeah, competitor.
Just say it's competitor because
I
also think he is a winner. But like he is just we got punked last game on our own court. Like come out tonight, like he wants to literally murder you tonight, and he just had it. I mean, he just has it. I also want to go to Bruce Brown because his stat line does not. 5 points, 2 rebounds, although here's the weird one. 3 block shots.
Attaboy, Bruce.
3 block shots is kind of hilarious. I do think, though, that he is another just disruptor, and there's something, too. I just think this is going to be a big series for him. He played 29 minutes tonight. I don't think that is a coincidence. I think he's going to continue to play a lot of heavy minutes in the series because it's a matchup that requires quickness. More than anything, on the defensive end, it requires a lot of quickness, quick reads, quick rotations, they confused us on something. Somebody has to sprint across the paint to make sure that they don't get a wide open layup. And Bruce just plays that all the time. He plays like he had a big cup of coffee right before the game.
Yeah, and if he chooses to attack, there's no indecision. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything he does is decisive, even the stuff that's out of control. And I think there's so much value in that as a player off the bench. To just this decisive, focus burst of energy. He has had such an exceptional postseason run. And there's a bit of by default thing in that, you know, Denver's bench. Shout out Christian Braun and Jeff Green tonight, by the way.
We'll get to them in a second.
But this take, I think, still stands. You know, he's far and away the best player on that bench. And statistically, he's going to stand out. But I just think his approach and his energy have been so great and so perfect. 8, if not 9 out of 10 times all postseason long. You know, I think there was a little stretch in the regular season where Bruce's defense fell off a little, and he's playing a lot of point. And at one point, I was wondering aloud into this mic, you know, what does Bruce have right now? What is he giving the team right now? That has not been a question since these playoffs started.
Yeah.
What's funny is I'm going to be glowing of Bruce Brown, but he does the same exact things as KCP. But that's how you build a team because KCP is not playing well offensively, but he gives you that defense. Bruce Brown impacts the game because he's a tenacious defender. He gets 3 blocks as a guard.
Tenacious
3 blocks, and he's doing that on their big. He's doing that against Bam Adebayo, where he's just stifling at the rim, where you can rally. You can rally around that guy. That is just going to impact the game the second that he gets on. Right. Bruce Brown hits timely shots. He's everywhere on the court, and he's also just a change of pace. He's balls to the walls as soon as he gets in the game. And you need that. So Bruce Brown just timely.
This is going to be and is already an ugly series, and it's just you need guys that can thrive in that. Bruce is so comfortable in it, man. I mean, he almost prefers it.
He's it's Bruce time.
It's Bruce time. But you know who we learned tonight?
What?
Was one among the ultimate, it's going to be a street fight? We need to bite some ankles and poke some eyes out? The Rook. Christian Braun, who gets 19 minutes. First of all, a rookie in the NBA Finals played 19 minutes, goes for 15 points. First of all, 15 points. Is that a career high? Has he had 15 points
before?
That's a
great point. It probably is.
I'm going to look it up here as soon as I throw it to someone else.
Let's look at Harrison's tattoo to figure it out.
His tattoo. But Christian Braun being it's a street... He plays great defense all the time. He does little things to mix it up. When he started driving into the teeth of the defense tonight and then making good plays, little drop-offs to Jokic, he did it 2 times in a row as if it was he knew what he was doing. He's
Zone buster.
Jokic even was nice play, man. Good eye. I didn't see that one. To me, this was, I'll call it, I think this was the best game of his career.
I mean, yes. He was in the finals.
In the
and he
NBA
scored
finals,
15
yeah.
But I mean, so he has he had a 19-point game, you guys.
Yeah, but this one was in the finals, so yes.
That was January 3rd.
No, it was February 5th.
It's not his best scoring game, but it's his best game.
Nuggets lost by 30.
I still can't believe that Christian Braun heat checked himself for a contested layup in the finals and it went in.
It went in.
Let's go.
That finish that Jimmy Butler finish. Oh my! That was the wildest thing I've ever seen,
bro. It was like slow motion where you saw him going. You're like, come on, man! Like,
come on, that's Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he's
You're
checking in the finals. Just play control. And he's like, I got this.
Yeah,
do you remember the near dunk he actually?
I was just about to say, like you want to talk about heat check? He tried to do like a triple dunk on a guy. Like he was really feeling himself in this game. Running the break, very patient on defense, where he's not jumping on every single Jimmy Butler, pump fake and things like that. But you have a guy that is learning on the fly that can play as a rookie in the finals. Do you know how valuable that's going to be, like moving forward in his career?
Oh my God!
He was able to just get right into the game, play 19 minutes as a rookie, and just have it going. That's someone that you could rely on. Like, he is one of the reliable guys, and he's all the way in the circle of trust. He's playing it in the finals.
And Dev, I'm glad you made that point, because he was sliding out of the rotation, man. Yeah. Understandably, and no one was going to. He's a rookie. No shame in it. But the further that Lakers series went on, it's like, is Christian Braun involved in this? Comes back in the finals. First road game of the finals. They need this one, Dev. And he's one of the best players on the floor off the bench.
I mean, honestly, if you ranked players by how good they were tonight, he was probably in the top, 8.
Dude, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, the 2 stars on each side, clearly 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you've got, Aaron Gordon and him and...
Sure, Gabe Vincent or whatever, but Christian
I
Braun might have outplayed him tonight.
Christian
might have outplayed him tonight. Dude, it's just awesome. And it's...
He definitely was. You know what? I think he was the 6th best player tonight.
Let's call it. Listen, it's a guy who's seen a lot of, championship basketball or playoff basketball at every level.
Yep.
And as he's progressed in every level for him individually, varying levels of involvement, role, usage... But he has seen what winning basketball looks like in its myriad forms on this stage. And you can just tell, he has quickly identified when it's his turn and his chance to make an impact. He knows how to make an impact. And it goes back to that Jokic quote. He is a winner. Yeah. And that's not by consequence. It doesn't just happen to be the case. Christian Braun is a winner, and that is no coincidence.
Yeah, because he's just he's got the right temperament.
Yeah.
He's it's somehow not too big for him.
No.
It wasn't too big for him in college when he was playing to win the national championship. Somehow it's not too big for him now. I mean, it's astounding. The look on his face and the resolve on his face when he came in and was driving the lane with no indecision. He just saw it. He was like, I'm going to dunk this, or I'm going to drive it. And then, you get guys like that are they start driving, and like you were talking about before, you're like, oh God, come on, man. He's going to pick up a charge or whatever. He's a little bit out of control. Just a soft little dump off to Nikola Jokic, who just puts it away, no problem. Heady plus grit. You don't get heady and gritty that often together. No. So good job, Calvin Booth. We weren't sure about the draft pick. I think it was a good one.
I'm telling you, the other cool thing about it is, I think Calvin Booth's vision is Jokic and Murray are enough. And, you got Porter and you got Gordon. You got guys that can, shine offensively, obviously, in a lot of circumstances. But I think every team feels most comfortable when they're like, if it becomes a grind, we have our offense. We just need guys that can thrive there. And, that's what this was. This was a Christian Braun, oh, I know what to do, exactly what to do here. And he thrived in it.
Man, it really helps when you inherit a roster featuring the best duo in the NBA.
Of course.
No, but I'm giving him his flowers, man. It's the vision and the specific guys he tabbed. It has all aged like fine wine here in only a year.
Yeah.
There's a guy who immediately knew, talking about Calvin Booth, what his plan of attack was, and it's bearing fruit already, man.
Let's take our last break. On the other side, we will talk about Michael Porter. I'm going to tell you this. I actually think there's some encouraging things from this one, and I'm going to start us off. I know Vogt's going to take us there as well, but I think there's some encouraging things about what happened with Michael Porter tonight on the other side.
Some really exciting stuff to share coming to you from our friends at Axios Denver. Real quick, let me explain what that is if you're not familiar. It's a free daily newsletter curated by local journalists, gets you smarter and gets you smarter faster about what's happening in our community. If you want a Axios Denver membership, it's a great way to support their newsroom. As a member, you'll get special perks like this ticket giveaway.
This is actually insane. Everybody pay attention. I know you're not listening.
Denver
Listen to
is
this.
offering their members a chance to win 2 tickets to
what?
Game 5
To
on
Game
Monday,
5 of the
which
NBA
could very
Finals?
well be when the Denver Nuggets, we'll see, knock on wood, they've got a chance to clinch it. In that game, you could be there.
This is so simple.
Go to Axios.com.
This is actually honestly $1,000 value right here. Listen to this.
Head to the local Denver section and become a member, and that's it. You have a chance to go to Game 5, plus you've got access to that newsletter. Stay up to date about what's happening in your city. Get the smartest information, get it the fastest way you can, and get yourself in the in Ball Arena for Game 5. One more time, it's Axios Denver. Go to Axios.com, head to the local Denver section, sign up, become a member, and you have a chance to go to Game 5.
AXIOS. Axios.
Got to talk to you about our friends at IV Nutrition.
Who are in the house tonight, by
Wash
the way.
Park
You know why they were in the
location.
house tonight?
Because they're homies.
Because they're homies and they love the Nuggets.
They wanted.
They weren't here for any other reason other than to be homies and root on the Nuggets.
I
man.
slapped both of their hands so hard, and then I gave them a hug, and then we all talked about how much we love the Nuggets.
And we're like, can we get more of these drips? Because we're
And
dying
I was
over here.
like,
We're
I need
literally
you-
dying.
I was like, there's Australians everywhere. I need you to help me.
IV nutrient therapy works on a foundational level by safely and directly delivering vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients into your body. They have plans for things like focus, anxiety. I tried the anxiety thing, if you can believe it or not. You've seen my sweat stains. Or if you are just feeling rough after a big win, of course, that hangover treatment. The other thing that we love about IV Nutrition at Wash Park, as you just said, is that they're huge Denver Nuggets fans. They also want in on this playoff game giveaway.
I love this.
So right now, if you sign up, if you purchase any drip package, you're going to get 3 free essential injections, plus the standing DNVR discount, plus you two are entered for a playoff game giveaway.
Literally the best time to go is right now
It's
because
right now.
they even told us this is how confident they were. They're like, we want to do a giveaway. We're doing a Nuggets win giveaway. I was like, well, do you want to do something otherwise? They're like, no.
What's the point?
Yeah, we're good. Come on.
So stop by their Washington Park location on the corner of Alameda and Downing. Remember, IV Nutrition, we love all those locations, but Wash Park is the one you want for these great deals and great Nuggets talk. Anyone who mentions DNVR when they come in will receive 50% off their first IV nutritional drip. Call 720-259-4404 for more information.
And here's the thing about it. We had all these people in town. Alessandro, our guy from Serbia, shouts to
Yes,
him. He did a
yes.
great article on us for Blitz Sports out in Serbia. He went to the mountains one day because he comes from Serbia. He goes to the mountains. He said he got incredibly sick from altitude sickness.
Really?
Migraine and everything else. You know how you mitigate that, though? Not joking. IV Nutrition. They say all the time, a lot of their client base are just people that come and they're like, I want to acclimate quick. I don't want to have to spend one day where I sleep because I'm all sick. So there you go. All right.
Oh, everyone's making fun of me for how I said Alameda. How do I say it?
Alameda is fine.
Is it
doesn't
Meta?
matter. It's all right.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's fine, man. He's from Jersey.
Still a transplant.
Still a transplant, but working his way towards being the greatest transplant of all time.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
All right, I'm going to throw you a bone here on this one, Vogt. A couple years back, Michael Porter was a great prospect and a great player, but in the playoffs, he was a killer to what you tried to do in the playoffs. He got benched after game 3 of that Utah series because it was just like, can't win with him, he's too far behind. Nuggets made it 3 rounds where they didn't have to adjust anything with Porter. He was absolutely brilliant, helped them win it. This is a series that calls for something a little bit different.
Yeah.
And it shows that there is still a little bit more for him to go in terms of focus and in terms of the mental game. And to be quite honest with you, I think in a little bit of just the toughness department. That means a lot of different things. One of the things it means is not everything's going to go the way you want. You're going to have breakdowns. You're going to have things that happen, but just play, run through the tape, just play hard. I think that's what he was missing as much as anything in game 2.
Of course.
And I think it was what he was missing as much as anything in the first half of this one. He still got benched late in the game.
It's the right call.
It was the right call, but I thought in the second half he ran through the tape. He just said, F it, I'm going to try to make plays. That offensive rebound he got, and he didn't even score it.
Yep.
He just kept the ball alive, and I think somebody else scored it or at least got a chance. Plays like that those are winning plays. It wasn't ugly. It didn't look pretty, and it's not going to make the highlight reel. But I think there was something to, okay, that's what my team needs in this one. And I think he's going to – this might not be in a series for him, guys. Coming into the game, I kept saying Bruce is going to play a lot of minutes. Christian's going to play more minutes. Porter's going to play fewer. It might continue a trend, but this is a huge part in his own development, and I actually think there's an encouragement to this.
And it's a lot easier to see it as encouraging when, listen, we have short memories. It's not that long ago. Game 1, this is exactly what he did. He could not hit those shots.
Right.
He was everywhere. His work rate has never been more impressive. He earned an A- for me in that game. I think game 2 was so bad he got in his head, and it permeated and spread into the first half of this game. But I liked his energy in the third quarter. And I'll just say this. There are some people in the chat, I saw your first thoughts on this game. The first thing you had to say were criticizing MPJ and his mental toughness. And if what you say about him is true, the Nuggets wouldn't be here and he would not be here. He would not be playing professional basketball. He did it in game 1. He did it in the second half of this game. His effort can be there. His impact can be there. The shot may come. Giving up on Mike now as a coach or a fan or a team is loser shit.
But I don't think it's giving up.
No. I'm not saying that I understand that giving
Even
them
Malone, like
I understand giving the minutes to Christian and Bruce. If you have to do it, you have to do it. But you start MPJ, and if he plays well and he's defending and you hit his shots, he plays 40 minutes like he did in game 1. If he doesn't, you adjust to Christian Braun and Bruce. And then as a fan, you could applaud the effort from Christian and Bruce. But if you jump straight to attacking Porter's character because he struggled for 6 games in the finals.
Have you seen that?
Yes, I have. I'm online as much as anyone, and I read the chat. I've seen it. You're out of your mind, and you've lost the thread. He's here, and the Nuggets are here because of how mentally tough he is. He's been terrible for 6 quarters. I have faith he can be better, and I have faith that he's more tough than he gets credit for. If you have to move to Christian or Bruce, you do it. But guess what? That's a feature of this roster, not a blemish. It's the finals.
Yep.
All right? So it's all about getting wins, and you know who knows that? Mike. So did he play well? No. Is this an unnecessary adjustment in this game? Yes. But sell your Mike stock if you want. I'm telling you, it's loser shit.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. He rebounded. He came back. He was mentally out of it in the first half in a way that was like, I was very off-put by the
He's
way he
frustrated, yeah.
His body language was terrible. His approach was terrible. His demeanor was terrible. You felt the weight of Michael Porter Jr. not being able to pull himself into the series early. And like, let's not forget, that's a max level player. Like that should be our third cornerstone of what is a 3-headed monster.
Right.
It's not that, like, I'm not selling my MPJ stock. It is frustrating. It is disappointing, I'll say, is that you would think that in a series like this where there are so many opportunities for him to get wide open shots, that he would be a little bit more up to the challenge, because we've seen him do it in times past. We've seen him do it in other series. It's like there are knocks against Michael Porter Jr. which are totally valid and have been borne out over his career. And there are times when you think he's completely over it. He's just not a complete basketball player at this exact moment in time.
Sure.
But he is also one of the most transcendently talented players. It's so frustrating. The Mike conundrum at times is like, man, why? Why is it like this? You would think that, I mean, Jamal Murray has a game like his as well, where it can be, the finesse part can just go away. And like Jamal Murray at times can be like kind of taken out of it, but like, and I like tonight, Jamal Murray is like, that's it, I'm in.
Right.
Michael Porter Jr. is like, and mercifully, like everybody, the other players around him are able to lift him up, because I think that no one in that locker room doesn't believe in Mike either.
Right.
Like,
Right.
There's just so much there, and it's frustrating, but like, I mean, whatever, fuck it, we ball. Like, the Nuggets looked great tonight, and it is all about the construction of the roster. If your finesse player isn't hitting, like, okay, bring in the dirty dog players.
Right.
And like, let's get it done. But I would like to see Michael Porter Jr. hit a 3. I'd like to see it.
Well, first of all, he only got 2 today, and the thing is part of their game plan is clearly trying to take away KCP's in this as well. He's kind of almost he's almost shielded because Porter, we're thinking this or that, but they're clearly loading there. The nice thing about this is you win game 4. Those guys might be wide open after that, because you have to adjust the other way.
Yes.
Like, all right, this isn't working.
Yes.
And then they can deliver the death blow. But do you have any thoughts on Michael Porter here, Dev?
A lot of thoughts on him. But like,
let's get.
I really think it's
Jesus.
a tough spot to be in, because really you have to be frustrated. This is a max player, not living up to that. The only reason that we're not super mad about it is because they won the game. If they lost, you're going to blame him because he does need to step up. Of course, he does need to hit shots. He does need to impact the game in different ways, and I think that's where the frustration comes. he hasn't been good offensively for the entire finals.
Right.
Game 1 was good because he had the effort. He played hard. He, grabbed every rebound. He was trying to, engage defensively. You have not seen that in the last 6 quarters, like you said. You have not seen that. It might be longer than that. But he's not playing to his potential, and it's shielded because they did win the game. So you want Michael Porter Jr. to just get back to the small things. When Michael Porter Jr. came over to Denver, it was about, can you shoot the ball? Can you knock down shots? Can you be a max player? Then he got his contract, and he showed a little bit of those things. But then Michael Malone broke him down where it's like, hey, you can impact the game. You can win games in various ways. You can still be Michael Porter Jr. without only shooting the ball. I think that he forgot that in the last couple of games because he is so frustrated, because he is so much in his head where the other things went out the window, and he's back to the guy that's like, hey, I just, I want to win. I want to find different ways to be me. So I think that you could be okay by saying, hey, don't give up stock, but also as a fan, you want him to be better because he's supposed to be better. He gets paid to be better. Do something else.
It's fair to want him to be better. Yeah. I just think that's different, than hopping off the train. Game 1 was not that long ago. He was excellent in Game 1. He was excellent.
What do you think, though, that it's possible this series is just not a Mike series?
I think Mike got in his head because he couldn't hit a shot. And I think for 6 quarters,
But he only got 2 shots today in 21 minutes. Like, he usually will get 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
but
that's in your head. That is in your head.
That's in his head.
Only
Also,
taking
because
two
there's not
shots.
taking him.
And also, I think the rest of his teammates,
They're not
I think there were
passing
moments
to
where
him.
Jokic might have passed it to him in February, and tonight he went
agree.
the other way to KCP.
He did. Yeah, he had his back to him. There were times where he was wide open. It was like, yo, hit Mike, hit Mike, hit Mike.
For sure. And they went away from it. And that's all right, man. It's been 6 quarters where he hasn't played well. He's been great in the playoffs. He's had a great season, man. You got to have faith in this guy. He's going to come back. He's going to play defense. He's going to rebound. He's going to hit shots. And if he doesn't, then you audible to Bruce and Christian. And if they play well, you give him a round of applause. If you're focused on his contract right now, it's loser shit. You've lost the thread. They won the game.
I think you're 2 in the comments. Never read them.
The comments are real, though.
Yeah, they are, but they're also...
Well, they're the real people who watch our show, so I'm talking to them.
Do we have Wind yet or no? He should be joining us any second here. Let's go to our final break. On the other side, we're going to get Wind. We're also going to get into the Super Chats here after that. But Nuggets, to me, I'm almost surprised because I know you're an MPJ guy. I am as well. I mean, I'm a huge MPJ guy. But to me, the Nuggets just picked up second win of the finals. They're 2 away.
That's
For
what
me,
I'm
I'm
saying.
like on a 10 of 10.
No,
I'm
I
just
feel
like,
amazing, dude. I feel great. And I'm just saying, if you're logging on here to complain about the contract, you've missed the fucking point.
Oh, we got there. I hear Harrison calling in. Let's take our final break here, our final quick break.
Sorry.
On the other side, we'll get Harrison. It's you, Vogt.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess that's my job.
We got Shady Rays.
Shady Rays. Sometimes life gets bright, messes with your eyes. You got to buy Shady Rays. The best part about buying Shady Rays is you buy it with a bit of a guarantee. If you don't like it, if you lose it, you break it, you can get a new one. If you didn't like them, you could exchange them for free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back. They look great. They're affordable. And so you don't have to worry about taking them with you to, I don't know, Vegas for Summer League, fellas. We're not that far out. Listen, there's no reason that when life gets bright and messes with your eyes, you can't keep vibing. Shady Rays is getting out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com, use code DNVR for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people.
Check this out.
Is Shady Rays.
We've got a homie in the house who just busted out his Shady Rays.
Yeah, he's wearing Shady Rays.
Right for the show, right for the ad read. First team right here. First team. Look at that. Let's go.
And finally, Breckenridge Brewery, the Mile High City Golden Ale. Breck is the official... shut up, Samantha. Honestly, shut up. Blocker. I demanded it.
It's so hot.
Breckenridge Brewery is the official beer of DNVR. Check out the Mile High City Golden Ale.
the greatest win in Nuggets history.
Yeah, I feel great. Check out the Mile High City Golden Ale.
Why is everyone
How
asking?
do you get it? You go to the Breckenridge, you go to the Breck Beer Locator, tell it where you live, tell it where you're looking for, it'll tell you where to go next. You can enjoy all the delicious Breck brews at the DNVR Bar at York and Colfax.
Let's go live to Harrison Wind.
Let's go.
Also doing
Chat's
well.
with me, just so you know.
Hey, go for it. I'm with you. I'm afraid.
There's thousands of
I'm a
people.
little afraid to be with you right now. Yes, I'm
I'm gonna shake your hand.
There are thousands of people watching and 7 people that are saying, "You're
Harrison, we're uncomfortable. Save us.
help us."
My biggest question is Vogt okay? Is everything okay?
So,
Say something nice about MPJ right fucking now.
He got like 6 rebounds tonight, I think.
7. Don't you undersell him, Win? God damn it! You tried to diminish what he does.
7 rebounds.
Listen, I'm not ashamed to be fucking right on the internet. Whenever you're ready, Harrison.
What?
Here's something good about MPJ. He didn't duck the media tonight. I think he spoke to reporters in the locker room, so that was good.
He wants it.
Maybe. What's up, guys?
Give us you're at the arena, man. You're in Miami
Oh,
for
is this
us.
the Miami Fit?
This is the Miami Fit.
Yeah, man, it was pretty special being here. It's always really special when you witness history, and I mean, I witnessed a couple historic things tonight. Jokic's game, Jamal Murray's triple-double, Nikola Jokic's triple-double in the same game. Like, that sets this game apart. It's a great win, obviously, to bounce back from that game too, but to do it on a night when 2 guys made history and one guy just, like, continued to cement his mark in NBA lore, that makes this extra special. I mean, it was a really cool night. There were like some Nuggets legends in the house. Mike Miller was here. I talked with him for a second.
Was he
Morris was here.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
So it was awesome. It was awesome being here. Great environment. This arena was rocking tonight, and the Nuggets like answered the call. It was an all-timer, an all-time Nuggets win.
Sometimes when we throw to Harrison, he just starts bragging.
Yeah.
It was so special to be here. You had to see it. If you didn't see it, you didn't get it like I got. It was unbelievable.
He's like, I had a great meal earlier.
then he goes home and clips his best take from the show.
I love it. All right, Win, take us inside the locker room, though. I want to hear what everybody had to say about this one.
Well, let me go actually inside the locker room really quick, because I walked into the Nuggets locker room, and I'll get to what Michael Malone said in a second, but I walked into the Nuggets locker room, and there are these quotes like all splattered around the wall, these quotes. And in Nikola Jokic's locker, there's a quote from Nikola Jokic that says, we have the chance to do something nice. That's printed in his locker. In Jamal Murray's
Inspiring.
locker, there's a Bruce Lee quote that I'm sure Jamal's like said time and time again. It says, knowing is not enough, willing is not enough, we must do. On one side of the locker room, there's a Michael Malone quote that says, it starts with a belief in themselves, but probably more in the collective. There's all these quotes around the Nuggets locker room that Sparky Gonzalez, the Nuggets equipment manager, made up. I thought that was kind of cool, but that is inside the Nuggets locker room for sure.
You know what else was
but I'll get
inside
to
the Nuggets locker?
Me.
Harrison went. Sorry, go ahead.
You can sub out. You can sub out for Liv if you want.
Yeah. She's still here. Sorry, Harrison. Go ahead. Nice suit.
Yeah. Let's get to what Michael Malone said. Michael Malone on Nikola Jokic. He goes, this guy has shown time and time again that he's built for these moments. He thrives in these moments. The biggest stage, he's shown that these are the moments when he shows up. And then on Jamal Murray's night, Michael Malone said, forget the stats. I felt Jamal's presence tonight, his energy. He was there. He was here in the moment. And apparently, people were talking about this after the game. Jamal put a lot of blame on himself for that game, too. And, he went on to say that just his focus in game 2 was not where it needed to be. His intensity in game 2 was not where it needed to be. And so he really made it a point to show up tonight and play more focused and just locked in basketball. And, that's what he was able to do. Michael Malone was talking about how, look, if you've watched this team many times in the past, we bounce back from tough losses. So I feel like he had a lot of faith that the Nuggets were going to bounce back from that game too. And then he was talking about Christian Braun. Michael Malone said, I could just feel the confidence oozing out of him tonight in regards to Christian. Jamal Murray on Nikola Jokic's 30-20-10 night. We're running out of things to say. And then Jamal was just talking about the chemistry with Nikola Jokic. And he really just said that it comes down to feel and trust with him. It's just a feel and trust on the court, off the court. And it's just a trust that we're going to figure it out. You know, no matter what the defense is, no matter what the alignment is, no matter what we need to do in any given night, we just trust each other that we're going to figure it out. And then he was talking about just the stage that he's on, and it was a cool moment because he was talking about like, yeah, I get kind of nervous, but that means like I'm alive. That means I'm living. You're supposed to get nervous in these moments. This is the stage I've been trying to be on my whole life, and I'm just, trying to live in that moment. Let me see what else I got here. Nikola Jokic was asked about his stat line tonight. He said, to be honest, I just think about a win. And then he was talking about Christian Braun. Nikola was. He said he told Christian he won us this game with his energy, with his focus, with his mindset. And, yeah, that's all I got.
I love it. What were people saying? What were the streets saying today as they watched this game?
What were the canals saying in Miami?
The canals said, is this what happens when you make Nikola Jokic a rebounder? I don't know. I think like there was just a sense of like, oh yeah, these are the Nuggets. Like the Nuggets might have gotten their mojo back a little tonight. That's how I felt beginning of the third quarter. Like the first, like Nuggets went into the half with the lead. I thought they played well in the first half, but not anything special. That run to begin the third quarter, which kind of set the tone for the entire second half, that was like, oh yeah, these are the Nuggets. And I feel like that's what the streets are taking away from this game. Oh yeah, the Nuggets, they might be back.
We're back. We had one game.
They lost
a game
by 3. They lost by 3 points.
I love it, man. The Nuggets are back. Well, you can get back to the hotel room, cook up something great that I know we'll all be looking forward to reading tomorrow.
I can't wait to read that
The hotel room.
Can't wait.
He's at the club. You're right. He's going to the club. Look at that suit. We'll see you, Win. Great stuff, man.
Let's go.
All right. We have a bunch of super chats we got to get through.
You ever tell when Wind hates the hit he just did?
Oh, yeah. He's all right, we got to run through these. Who's reading them? Who's going to step to the plate?
I gotcha. Hannah Bro Lecter, my wife said, well, it's always how the best super chat start. My wife said she would leave me for Christian Braun, but not if I leave her for him first. Beautiful triple-double by both Jokic and Murray. Effort was much better by everyone.
Dude.
And the result reflects that.
That's like a brand new version of the Pina Colada song. Yeah. Like they leave each other and at their end they're like, wait, you're with Christian also? They're back together. It's just a thruppet this time.
David East from the East, a double, triple-double. All the Nuggets are good.
Go. David East, we missed you. I missed your Musk.
Andrew Sullivan, home court, back right where it belongs. Beautiful game to end a beautiful day. 2 more wins.
Let's go.
2 more.
Dude.
Honestly, say that out loud. 2 more wins.
Can we see? If only there was some visual aid. Is there a visual aid to look at? Oh, my God. Honest to God, man, winning a championship really is the longest freaking thing ever. This is like it really is a second season.
It's so long.
Yeah. But looks very manageable right now.
We're right there.
2 wins, boys. What else do we got, Kale? Sir Sketch. Love you all through the purgatory, through the fire, and the flames. We never skipped a single step.
Not one.
And we're saying goodbye to hell. Let's effing go. Much love to 303.
I mean, we can't say goodbye yet. Hell is still at our homes. Dinner is ending, and we're asking...
Get out.
We're like, hell, just...
It's time to leave.
Get your coat, dude.
Dylan McLeod, both wins were Munders. Coincidence? I think not.
No, it was
you know
not,
who else
dude.
agrees with you? Michael Malone. Holy smokes. 8. Shout out to Malone. Never let up. We need to win the next 4th quarter. Every Nugget is good.
Yo, that's no small thing.
Also love seeing Monte.
They also won the 4th quarter by just 1 point tonight. But again, no small thing. Well, that was
listen,
also smoke and mirrors. They caught up at
yes,
the end.
but also it goes back to our preview show with Mo. Like, credit Miami, man. They're a great fourth quarter team.
But he also threw in something like really random right there. Monte Morris was at the game.
I know, that's
awesome.
so cool, man.
That is dope.
Mr. Nugget showing up. Did you see Austin Rivers in his
should be a
pod
Nugget.
talking about how bitter he is that he's on the team?
Yeah, think about the difference there.
There is a difference there, but I will say, man, this is how you know the Nuggets are awesome. Everybody that gets like out the club is like, damn it, like they're looking at
I
it.
really
like,
want to get back in
He
there,
did almost
man.
say, like, I had to play with Fox.
I promise y'all, I knew the security guards, man. They used
I
to
think
let
he
me
might
in.
have said it actually.
Yeah. Listen, man.
They're like,
Shout
what?
out to every Nugget.
He's like, why is
50
Jeff
piece. Look
Green
at this
in there?
50 piece.
50 piece
50
from
piece.
Seth Bangs.
Wow.
Somewhere in Miami.
Bang!
Wind is sporting a raging browner.
A Browner. A Browner. A Browner.
Oh, boy. Winning
Browner.
handedly with only 5 threes at 28%. Bizarre but encouraging. MPJ keeps breaking my bets, but I won't hold it against him.
There you go.
I wore number 1 tonight.
will.
I'll wear it Friday because he is due for a big one.
I'm
He
telling
is,
you, this
dude.
is how it's going to play out. He's going to have a bad game 4 as well, and then they're going to come home and it's going to be the closeout game, and he's going to be awesome.
I want to, that's the Mike Miller effect.
Yeah, that is.
Act like you have nothing else there
He
to
sets,
give.
he sets a finals record for threes made. His
And
Nuggets
listen,
win
man,
by 70.
Here's the thing, dude. If he struggles the whole time and they win, they won a title.
They won
They
a
won a
title.
title, and he helped them
I
get
think
there.
we know that.
I know. I'm arguing with you. I know.
I think we're there.
Listen.
The crowd's like, let's go. Let's go through.
Shevin Kellen, great clip on NBA TV. Murray and Joker triple double. Chiron into Joker, giving Monte Morris a hug. 2 more steps to go. All Nuggets are good. All DNVR is good.
Not all of DNVR. You don't know everyone.
Yeah, there's some. There are
some
some.
real duds
Real
out
anchors.
Yeah, I won't name names. Harrison. Is this the different
McLeod.
different chat? Same person. This game did a lot of heavy lifting for Adam's point of Jokic and Murray doing this as a duo and going down as a legendary duo, not just Jokic.
Telling
I love
you,
that.
I mean, win this one, and that's how it's going to be remembered.
Matt Peck.
From the Windy City.
Yes,
Matt
sir.
Peck of CHGO.
$9.10.
Christian Braun for mayor. Miss you dudes already. Miss you too, Matt.
I know, dude.
Can you explain why some people $9.10? Just like what? How did that happen?
I think probably he was paying in Chicago dollars.
Oh, okay.
The conversion is not in their
Yeah, it's
favor.
like 30 cents. That was jeez.
Oh, man. Dude, Matt Peck has the best vibes. Come back, Matt. All right, Justin McConnell. LFG, DNVR, LFG.
LFG, double LFG.
I know, right?
Let Faku
Jam
grow.
triple
Jeff-
double.
Let Faku grow.
And let's effing go.
I grew half an inch.
Let's go.
I
Let's keep
didn't.
going.
I didn't. Jeff Scanlon, this felt standard for Jokic. Could have been better, in my opinion, which is insane.
I know. Disgusting. We are terrible fans.
Yeah. It did stink the way he missed a
I'm
single
like,
shot.
I'm like, he missed that booty. And then he's like,
The problem is that made me mad is you guys put up the stairs before our guy.
the
gave
steps.
Five.
5-5-5-5-5-ish.
This
LFG,
is.
I knew this team would bounce back. Joker
this is.
plus Blue Arrow plus Silver Surfer plus Browntown equals something fire. Sorry, it's a small screen.
Sad heat.
Sad Heat.
Oh, that's right.
5-5-5-5-5-ish. HR son just checked the MPJ article on Ringer. Cannot believe he still have ATO on game. Was moving. Get hard to criticize. Hope to rebound. Anyway, great win. By the way, it is Korean won about $7.5 US.
That's
We're talking
awesome.
about the currency.
Thank
From
you.
Korea? Good looks, man. Panka Krolewska.
I love Korea. Big fan.
Jokic MVP is crystal clear.
Holiday?
Murray turning down the
Spend some
heat. No surprise, but Coach Jokic out
Big fan.
coaching the best coach in the league. Brown turning players, for example, Jimmy into clowns.
Let's go. I
Nori
don't
Bong.
like.
You ever done Nori Bong?
I don't like kimchi. Move forward.
Oh,
go.
big fan of kimchi.
Arvado Luke.
Kimbap.
CB.
I like
the
Bimbop.
B stands for Brown. The C stands for composure. All the Nuggets are good.
Composure
Little
Brown?
Composure. That's a man after Eric's heart right there.
Dude, I love Composure Brown.
Yosef! My wedding is this Friday, and I would love a Nuggets wedding present. Illegal Pete's catering the rehearsal dinner. Home of the stir. My mom thinks Jokic is more fun to watch than Michael Jordan. Guess what? She's fucking right, dude.
Put that, send it to sales. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Guess
Dude,
what?
my only hope is that someone in your family has gifted you Shady Rays.
Your mom knows ball. Told my
Maybe
buddies
a
we'd
Manscaped
win if
would
we
be a
were
weird
just
one, but you know what?
if
Do
we
it.
just shot 30% from 3. Boy, was I wrong. Jokic is God. Murray for Prime Minister. KCP and MPJ are going to bounce back for Game 3. Go Nugs!
Let's go.
Game 4.
Dylan McLeod again, game 4. Thank
Dude,
you.
Dylan's all over this.
It's the first duo with a 30-point triple-double in the playoffs or regular season.
That's crazy.
That's
In the
fucking
regular
insane.
season.
Best duo in the league.
That's insane.
Teledan Hogan. Christian's nickname champ today. His affinity for winning championships is infectious.
He had one in the bar that was insane. The Christian Braun chant.
That was
it was
so
the most
great.
imaginative chant. They went,
Did anybody
Christian
get film
Braun.
of that? Did anybody have film of
I think
that?
Marissa's
Did you
got
have
it
it?
somewhere.
DM it to me, will you? DM it to me.
Very tasty. I still can't believe this is real. Jokic and Murray, they're Denver Nuggets. They're not supposed to be setting records in the NBA Finals. LFG, let's go.
LF go.
LF go. Addicted
100
lawyer,
piece, addicted
$105.86.
My man.
I'm happy.
Man,
You know what I
share
just
that happiness
realized?
with us.
You know what I just realized? You know what addicted lawyer is addicted to? Vibes!
Vibes, man. He's so addicted.
And maybe cocaine, but separate.
Yeah.
Ass is free. Let's start a GoFundMe for TNT to host the finals. Seriously,
Dude, watch the watch along. Who
Watch
cares?
the watch along.
I
Yeah,
know.
come on.
I love it, dude. Just keep coming our way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks, ESPN. Joe Clem 15. Wow, has Jamal had 3 consecutive 10 assist games before?
Yes. I
That's a
don't
great
know.
question.
Probably
Man, that is a great question. Great find
That's
there,
a
Carl.
great question.
Was that Carl or
Hahn.
somebody else? Maybe it was
shout
somebody
out shout out DNVR. The community here is unreal. 2 more. All the Nuggets are good. Let's go.
Oh, you have no idea. Half the community is like literally staring at us right now. They're just off screen.
And now let's go to another Carl Comstedt. In the last 3 series, MPJ was tested as an individual defender and passed. He is now being tested as a team defender. Great point. I think he will improve in this series and going forward. It's a great point. Brian Matsuno.
Homie.
We say not since Wilt. Wilt did all of this against the likes of Bob Cousy. Pour some big honey on me. Long live the DNVR and the Nuggets. We are witness to the greatest basketball ever played.
Let's go.
Oh, man.
Poor Bob Cousy.
By the way, you know, if the Celtics winning 1 in 2008 counted for 6, we're going to make this last for like 19.
Are you kidding? This is a full
This is a
dynasty.
full- yeah,
Oh
come
yeah,
on.
dude. People who aren't that into us, block us.
Oh, you're going to want to block us
The
if they
best
get 2
basketball
more. I
ever
promise.
played. S.
Don't
Williams
let
2.
us get 2 more. I'll tell you
S2.
that.
History. S3 and I sat right behind Adam's wife and 2 beautiful daughters. Bring them
Hell
some
yeah.
ice cream
Yeah.
home. Huge
Bring
win.
some ice cream home?
Nugs.
Yeah, I want you to
ending
wake them
5-0
up.
crowd.
Yeah.
You get the ice
Wake
cream. That's too sad. I got to get you
They're
some.
like, Dad, he told us you would get us ice cream.
That's awesome that you were right by them. though.
Walter Worthy, greatest player on the planet, a rookie who's a bully and an absolute spark. Only 2 to go. LFG, by the way, how is it possible for a guy no longer on the team to still be in contention for Mr. Nugget?
What do you mean in contention? He is Mr. Nuggets.
That's his.
Emeritus status,
That's
baby.
it.
It doesn't
Yeah.
go away.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the James Bond effect.
Yeah.
You know, like there's
No, it's like being
multiple
president.
It's like being,
still-
you're still Mr. President.
He's like President Bush. I mean, give me a break.
Pablo Alfaro, thank you guys for helping me and every other Nuggets fan to cope with the Game 2 loss and be there no matter the result, especially after this Game 3 win. Love you guys.
Let's go.
This team is truly Big Honey. This team is truly inspirational. Just think about the backstory of all these Nuggets players. Love this team. Love Nuggets Nation. Love DNVR. 2 more steps to the ultimate goal. Can't wait to celebrate a championship with y'all.
From your super chat to God's ears. Big honey.
TMDPH, Jamal and Jokic are Kobe and Shaq without the drama.
Yeah, dude.
I have, man, save it. Because all these takes I have in the chamber, if they get 2 more, then
Yeah,
I'm ready
dude.
to
Don't
go.
let us get 2 more wins.
Oh, my
Ah,
God.
for,
Don't
no, but
let-
for real.
Do not-
For real. For real.
The drafts will be unleashed.
The Joe Arrow 27. All the Nuggets are good. Love all of you. Definitely needed that W, and for the greatest duo of all time to do that.
Let's go.
Saeed,
The greatest duo of all time.
We're
He
just
glazed right through
hot
it.
box and hot takes.
You know
baby.
what? True.
Why not?
Statistically true.
Who was better?
Who's
Bob-
ever done it? Nobody.
Who's better? 2 Bob Cousies?
Right. Saeed Ahmad. MPJ hitting 10 threes in game 4. I'm calling it.
I mean,
Patriot
I'm telling you,
Tex.
I want it more than anything
it'd
on
be a
planet
really
Earth.
dope way to win Game 4.
Dude, if the whole... I need Mike in my life.
For sure, dude. It's the only thing we're missing right now. Patriot Tex. MPJ could be affected by Malone's tendency to put him in the doghouse. Some guys don't handle it as well as others. Malone needs to learn how to better push MPJ's buttons.
Wrong.
He'd also
Wrong.
affect him. I actually think Malone has done a near perfect job pushing
The
his
good
buttons.
job. I mean, the good thing
No
is
kid gloves in the finals.
MPJ has a pillow in the doghouse. He's been there before. He already knows how to get out of there.
He's like, this is my
Yeah,
spot.
get out of there.
Like an old hat.
Oh, some pictures.
You know what, though?
Dude, it was like me in my previous relationship. I'm like, on the couch again? It's fine.
I think we
There's
were
an
wrong.
Eric-shaped print on there anyway.
I think we were wrong on that. I think he's always responded better than that than we think. What else do we got?
No joking allowed.
CJ Jones.
Cut your jokes out, you guys.
No, those are good jokes. I just meant the other thing. Just a reminder, MPJ is only 2 years older than Brown. Not an excuse, but he's also still pretty young. Yeah, no kidding. All
Also,
the
it's
Nuggets
his
are great
third
LFG.
season.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he's great. He's great.
Donnie, $10 for Vogt.
Just for fun.
Don't encourage me. Jack Velman, this is the finals, baby.
That's
It's true.
correct.
Hey,
This is the
Jenny
final.
My
Molson.
favorite super chat is
Jenny!
Yeah, Jenny. My favorite two super
Or
chats are the
Yanni.
one that just state a fact or just says their name.
Yeah, it's just their name.
I
Yanni.
know. Super chat. Evan Woodruff loves seeing Monte Morris congratulating Jokic and AG after the game. Oh, smiles. Monte for first ballot Mr. Nugget Hall of Fame. He's a lock. He's the mayor of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's like the curator. He's like the museum guide. Yanni Munson, you guys are awesome. Vogt is a dog.
He's got that dog in him. He's got that dog in him. He's got that dog in him.
He's just from Jersey.
He's a dirty
He
dog.
got that dog in him.
Bit of a chihuahua.
Listen, when you're 5'6" from Jersey, you get a little angry.
You get a little, anger's just the default.
Yeah, it
setting.
is. I relate to Bruce Brown weirdly. Vishwanish Varma. I can't read it, so I apologize if I butchered that. Nuggets fans from India love Adams the list, Dev's drip, and Vogt's ankles. Jokic is Tim Duncan with
Hold on.
passing pizzazz.
Is that is everything? That's good. That's
Murray is
really
Mamba
good.
mentality
Listen,
playing the right
that's
way.
A great
Nugs
list,
and
man.
6, all
Get the hell
DNVR.
out
is
of
good.
here,
No, they love the
Your
shirts.
drip? Yeah, no, man.
I love the
mine,
shirts.
Yeah.
I don't choose this drip. The
Hey,
drip chooses
great
me.
super chat. Yeah, great
I
super
mean, I'm
chat.
saying that we never.
Don't
When
even
you-
look at one of my t-shirts. Don't even look at them.
At what point did you start buying new shirts for the show to keep the bid up?
Every day. Every day is a
I'm
new
not
day.
kidding. I'm not kidding you. I watched him buy a shirt during the show.
Ethan
I'm not even
Holiday,
kidding you.
we're so back. The Christian Braun adjustment. Seth Bang dropping another super chat for Vogt and his passionate mic support.
Hell
I
yeah.
promise I'm not making this up. We are here in large part thanks to MPJ. His shot is struggling, but in games 1 and 3, he still found ways to contribute. Vogt the GOAT, and it's not even close.
Vote the goat.
If you're listening to the pod, you're like, he's lying. He's lying. Carl Hahn, D-line, has Celtic shoes on. We are in shambles. No, he waited like a king.
Yeah, man. Like, what's the problem here? What are you scared of ghosts? Like,
Yeah, the Celtics
Nice.
are like.
That's so good.
What do you mean we're in
Why are you talking
shambles?
about old stuff?
we're literally in a better position we've ever been in the history of the Denver Nuggets, and you're talking about literal old stuff, man.
I can't believe that you just used your money to say that.
Yanni
Keep going, keep going.
checking back in. I messed up my last super chat, but you guys are awesome. DNVR Bar was the best spot to watch the game. Vogt showed me the studio, and it meant the world to me. Let's go.
Hell yeah. By the way, guys,
Big dog.
fewer people here tonight. So I know some people maybe are worried about coming in because there's not going to be. There was room tonight, so what do you know? I mean, it was
It was
packed.
still
It was still
absolutely
very
packed.
full,
And
but it
don't be
wasn't
afraid.
like.
Don't be afraid to come say hi or ask to see the studio. We love that stuff.
Please do, because when I go around and preemptively talk to people, a lot of people are like, "Who are you?"
Oh, it's the worst.
That's the
Mid
weirdest
chicken
feeling.
wing, they're like, I don't know who you are.
I'm like, "Hey guys,"
They're like, I'm not a registered voter. Like,
yeah, exactly. And so you're like, "Sorry, I didn't mean to."
Shevin Kellen,
Interrupt.
Faku had to play with Rivers. Nice.
Yeah, hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
That's a great super
Yeah,
chat.
why not?
I actually like Austin
I love
Rivers, but I
Faku.
was a little weird how bitter he was.
I kind of love it because he's
Nuggets
just like,
picked him up on a 10-day, man.
no, he just wants to be a part of this, man.
I know.
But I know. Bryant Katz, super chat from Bryant Katz. Axki free. It feels like the NBA is just a side hustle for Jokic. I hope he doesn't get bored dominating the league for the next decade. LFG. Adam Husher. Adam
Hell yeah,
Husher.
good shit, Adam.
Oh, dude,
That's a
dope.
great one.
AKE, yeah,
Best
I
Adam
meant
of the
game
night.
4. In other news,
Son
Canadian
of a-
PM Jamal Murray reports great progress fighting wildfires in Ontario and heat in Miami, saying, "This Jay Wet, what can I say? Go Nugs."
You know what? We always have fire smoke going on, and the East Coast never is like,
I know
"Oh,
it.
poor,
They're not
poor
like, oh,
Colorado."
Dude, look at these images pouring out of Colorado.
Every year we get that. They never say anything.
don't
Now
care.
we're supposed to feel bad for them.
I
Come
know.
on.
I know.
I do feel bad though.
I do feel bad. It looks really
It looks
bad.
really
I
gnarly.
feel really rough.
I mostly
Yeah.
feel bad for the fact that our planet is dying.
Yeah,
but
that's
whatever.
a lot of
bad
reasons to feel bad.
But also, F the coast.
But also,
Yeah,
you don't
that's
know what
a-
it's like to
No
be
coast
here.
bias.
Yeah, flyover state.
What else we got? We only got like 4
Timothy
left.
Woods, first time joining live, sold out to fly in for game 2. Someone please start a GoFundMe so I can catch a win. Double, triple dub. Brown game. Monte back. Vogt scares me and I love it. Go Nugs. Sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know. DeFan334, Jamal becomes second player in NBA history to record a 30-point triple-double, first since Nikola did it in 5 minutes before.
That's a great one. That's a great one. Since 5 minutes prior.
Effin Seagull, you really missed the boat on a christening for a Christian Braun quarter.
Yeah, we really did.
Christening?
A christening.
A christening.
Like a christening? I mean, I don't know.
How about
I mean,
this?
like, I
Bubble
don't-
buzzer beater, huge KU fan, CB. Draft Jalen Wilson next, please.
Like, it's
Dude,
just-
why not? More Kansas guys.
We need
I'm
more
fine.
Australians. We need more Serbians. We need more Kansas people.
Yeah, dude.
You know, like, let's just keep the theme going here.
But we need the winners, though. Like,
What? Wow, cut his mic. All right, go ahead and hit that outro music for us because it's been a long show. We do need more winners. Guys, I'm telling you, we are taking it for granted. 2 wins away.
2.
And now you kind of in some ways get a free shot at game 4. I mean, obviously you want to win, but a little bit less pressure saying like, all right, we restole home court.
We recaptured home court.
Recaptured home court. Now you get to go out there and say, what are you guys going to do? Do you have another adjustment up your sleeve? The zone didn't look as intimidating. Denver figured some things out. Friday's going to be an absolute banger. We appreciate it, everybody. Throw us a like on the way out. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Two more.
Let's go.
More.